a bit of a different type of edit than normal because I'm actually editing a more educational ebook that a colleague is putting out, friend slash colleague slash amigo. And yeah, I'm gonna go through and do some edits on it. So I'm gonna go quick because it is lengthy. It is lengthy. So I was like, oh wow, it's like an ebook. So I'll probably go for spend around an hour, and then see what we think, and try to give some high level stuff as well. So yeah, these are all valid goals. Simplify the book, really critical. Call out natural breaks. Comment in Notion. What if you woke up today and had 50% title ideas? What if everyone woke up with 50%? So I don't know. Those are like taglines more than titles. I don't know if these feel more tagline. I think I spelled intention wrong, but whatever. In the coming years, we're going to find out thanks to more outstanding tools brought to us by OpenAI, Amazon, and soon to be more. Oh, table of contents draft. Obstacles and limitations of implementing. Not a panacea. Data insecurity, broad applications makes it harder. The beginning, brainstorming use case for your solution, current and future use of ChatGPT. Okay, so these are all content stuff. So, not sure how these numbers are organized. I wish there was a markup, but I guess I'll just really lean into comments. Not sure how these fit. Element eds, hello. I'm actually doing an edit in long last. How these fit. How's it going, by the way? This is more of a businessy style edit, but it's for a colleague, friend, and so I figured I would share the darker corporate sellout side of Final Boss as opposed to the fictional side. How you doing though? How's the fam? Not sure how these fit. Like these are what? Yeah, I don't know. I, I don't think I have a thought there. Okay, throughout this book, offers ChatGPT mostly intentional. It's also a placeholder for large language models as a whole, unless otherwise specified. Okay, couldn't have written this book without ChatGPT. It's not that it wrote the book for me. To be clear, rather, I held it in my hand through the very human struggles I travel. It held my hand through the very human struggles, self-doubt, procrastination, anxiety. These were issues that I used to bury me between used to bury me with the national fears. Great. In an instant, ChatGPT changed everything. Okay, so let's take a look. So we already know that. I wish I could strike. I guess I can strike there. We already know that you're writing a book, so you can. I couldn't have written this. We already know this is the book. It just saves a little bit of extra cycles on your writing. Doing well, trying to figure out this lamp thing I brought for doing TikTok stuff. Thank you for the sub, NW Country, and welcome. Oh, thank you so much. Well, good to see you and hope you're doing well as well. Then I have to learn to use the TikTok better. Yeah, I'm learning to use the TikTok better. You should follow the Final Boss TikTok. My wife instructed me on the TikTok ways, and I'm slowly learning. So it's not that. So it's not that is a bit of a clunky sentence starter. Um, so I mean, there are ways to rewrite this. I would say I can't go too much into detail without like, you know, it didn't. So it didn't write the book for me. Yeah, I don't know. I would just rephrase that first bit. These are all issues that used to bury me beneath an avalanche of fears. Bury avalanche are kind of bury and avalanche are somewhat heavy used similes. Consider, something more specific. to you or this project if applicable. Yeah, because if you're going to use metaphorical language, there's always opportunity to. I probably should have moved this. I kind of messed up, didn't I? All right, whatever. Hopefully all the comments will show up. I got it to pair with my phone. I'm following your TikTok. Nice. I need to get better at it. Yes, I'm learning. I'm learning. Is this practice method worth it? I got it to pair with my phone. Woohoo! That only took a week. Very cool. Well, it sounds like you have some really fancy Bluetooth magical lamp, which is, I feel like that's a step away from a genie. So, I feel like you're living a better life than we are. Freaking Bluetooth connected lamp is like this close to genie and a thousand wishes. You know, this remarkable breakthrough has become much more than a tool to me. It's a mentor, colleague, teacher, and assistant. It has ignited ferocious motivation within me. I've never felt. So I'd be more concrete here. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does, because ferocious motivation, like, means a lot of things to different people. For, like, some people, it could be like, I wanted to attack somebody physically. Whereas, for you, it might be like, hey, it unlocked, you know, my the concepts of what I could accomplish. So maybe consider more specificity with the, what, exactly. And I know it's tough because it's like kind of self not like you have to kind of like define something that's very tough to define, but it's worth trying to do. So, that means for you in a concrete. All right. That only took a week, yeah. More importantly, is my daughter Logan. She's only 5, and there's zero chance it doesn't impact her life. How she learns goes. So I think you can probably, more importantly, comma, my daughter Logan is nearly 5 years old. Period. There's zero chance this doesn't impact her life. How she learns, grows, and navigates the world, it will all be influenced, at least in some capacity. So I edited this. I hope that's okay. I hope they do like track changes on. I revised this a bit. Let me know if that. Feel free to revert if you prefer the older version. To learn everything I can. So I've written this book for me, my family, and all of you. If your struggles and wishes mirror mine, I sincerely these people for what comes next. Why you might be reading this book? You're in customer success, and have heard about ChatGPT. It's interesting, scary, weird, amazing, and at times too ambiguous to know. I would do something more concrete. I'm not sure what ambiguous means here. Maybe simplify into just not knowing the what, when, etc. Theory of this fusion innovation says that with new technology, society won't have a uniform response. Oh wow, we even have links. All right. I will copy this link. Excellent. And I will open it in a new tab. Interesting. Well, that's great. You have references in here. That is awesome. Sorry, I'm gonna get some water because I am parched. All right. So you might be one of the 5 camps: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Yes, indeed. Just remember how much is being incorporated. Graph. How do you use ChatGPT? I don't necessarily know if you need this in recent webinars, but maybe just start with I polled here. You know, the goal is like tighten, shorten, brevity, 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 especially in like business applications where, you know, someone's reading something like this because they want to learn, they want to be better as a professional, but there's not that, you know, it's not like Harry Potter, right, where you're, you know, getting, you're not building suspense and you know, in a fictional sense to like drag someone forward. So really, really concise at the sentence level is going to help a lot. I thought I'd like more data. Though I'd like more data, it seems like we're in the right line of definition. I wouldn't call out, you know, because I mean, to some degree, this is like an ebook, and you can present and sort of say, hey, you know what? I would cut this, though I'd like more data. I don't know how to do the strike through. There we go. Control Shift X. There. The early adopters on board with the early majority starting to leak in. And remember, it's okay if ChatGPT is tool to. I still don't know what ambiguous means. What is the comment shortcut? All right, I guess there's not one. My goal is to take away some of the mystery around it and to make an argument that we desperately need this tool everywhere. Head to page. Okay. Accelerated change. Okay. It's not every day that a tool comes around that everyone agrees is revolutionary. Here's what Bill Gates thinks. It's the most modern instance of graphical user interface. This is as important as personal computer. AI is a massive change that Goldman Sachs projects will increase GDP by 300%. 300 billion, a lot. Customers, and we have the source here. That's good. I mean, if it is this, I would put them in a quote. I would add quotes. Yeah, it's massive change. Goldman Sachs projects. Okay, computers changed the entire world, but it took a while to do it. As of 2019, Statistica estimates that 47% of homes have a computer worldwide. That's not very many. Yeah, it could be 300x more impactful than that. Whoa. It's still kind of crazy though. At 2019, still half of, maybe this is in the U.S. Okay, worldwide. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, although not it's not apples to apples. It's amazing point that ChatGPT was the fastest growing software ever, having hit 100 million users in 5 days and 100 million users in less than 2 months. Poor Netflix. Handsome, welcome, welcome, and thank you for the follow. Simply put, this is supposed to go through like, but is the hype worth it? My opinion is. I mean, I would call out some of the. I would consider calling out the irony here, right? Like, you're writing a book about the benefits of ChatGPT. You know, this could be a fun moment for humor to kind of point out and say, hey, look, of course I believe that this is impactful. You know, I'm writing a book about it. You know, might be a fun opportunity for humor. You know, call out that you're writing a book on ChatGPT. Of course you think it's a great idea. I've been in tech for 10 years, starting in sales and CS. I've led CS teams ops, instructional design, and nothing, I mean nothing has impacted me more than ChatGPT in the last. It's changed my life, how I work, and how I feel about work. This is world changing. I love this. This is a great section. Love this section. And giving more resources. Yeah, large language models are pretty crazy. This is his Twitter writings, all the Substacks, huh? I guess I should start reading Substack, I suppose. Oh well. Interesting. I'm following all these people now. Oh, I'm gonna follow these people on YouTube and stuff so I can learn. Because I'm old and I don't learn so quick anymore. I appreciate the ones that have YouTubes though. All right. Men's International, the estimated impact of ChatGPT on individual as a whole will have on society is staggering, but where are we getting that? And I feel like we're restating a little bit, right? Like, so, I mean, I feel like I've gotten the gist in a lot of ways. There's kind of two issues I think here. It's like, it feels like we're verbal doubling. It feels like we're saying the same fact a few times here. I wonder, I mean, trust me as the reader to understand by this point and not need restating. Yeah, it's one of the big challenges in all of writing. In games, I edit. In novels, I edit. In my own work, verbal doubling, not trusting the reader, saying it one more time, um, to make sure they got it. That is such a slippery slope, and it's not like it's a very, very common writing challenge. But if you're able to, work on it and reduce the times you restate and things like that, your writings your writing will feel like it'll open up a new door in a lot of ways. Opening up with a study that connected that as we build software and tools and have LLMs, we use all tasks. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I would cut this bit here. I really do. I really do. I do. Wrap your head around that. So again, if it's not like, I mean, I know I love the personable tone you're developing, but if it's not 100% necessary, it's never a bad thing. Love the conversational tone, but it's coming across so well. If you see extra, bits to cut, it's worth snipping for brevity. Just saw a list topper for the funniest quotes I ever got from Facebook. Oh, oh my. I don't know what that. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll take your word for it. Across the board increase in productivity of 50% or more. Will that mean more work or leisure? Oof. CX. Oh. Well, yeah, it's been a tough role for CX. Was valuable and inspired. Why does this matter? Hiring is dried up. Run and friends all over our CS world. Everyone is being asked to do more in the resources. Thank you for the follow. Hi, I want to offer promotion. Oh, well, I do not want promotion. Thank you, though. Add to block lists. I want to. I want to receive much promotion. I want all the promotions. It's okay. I wonder how like profitable those are. That is the one. I mean, they must work. I mean, like that's the one thing that is very, very interesting to me is like is is they're still doing it. Like it's sort of like those spam emails. They still send spam out. It's been years and years and years, and it's kind of like this curve that this writer's talking about up here, right? Where he says, "Hey, there's only a few early adopters that have figured out computers. There's still a late majority." And like the way that's a caveman, but that's a bit cold. But yeah, I mean, there's still people who will click on the wrong email and get something or go to whatever their random, chat thing they want. A real desire to use this technology daily. Accelerated change. So this feels like it's part of a different section. This feels like it's part of this feels like it's part of the why you should read section of why you should read section and not the accelerated growth section. Wow, that is a heck of a quote. I think that would be a great quote on this one, or let the AIs do it for you. Dang, that's true, man. God, that's a banger of a quote. That is a banger of a good quote. Wow. Wow. That is such a good quote. That is top notch. Holy crud. I need to write that down. That's like absolute banger. I'm gonna put it in my notion. That is such a good quote. Oh my gosh, that blew my mind. I was not expecting it to be that good of a quote, but boy oh boy, what a banger of a quote. Dang man, that is so good. Okay, I apologize for my digression here. But when you have someone with ADD edit your book, it's going to take a little bit. But yes, make sure that we're staying in the right section, right? Like, I mean, this is a business book. This section is about accelerated change. This line does not talk about accelerated change. It talks about why you should read. That should be somewhere else or just removed. Why does this matter for customer success? Hiring is dried up, round and round, really also good. Again, can we be concrete? Like, how? What are the blockers? Concrete blockers that, um, CS teams are facing. Yeah, so remember, lists are a really helpful tool, right? Lists are one of the most powerful tools in writing. You'll see lists used in poetry. You'll see lists used in fiction. The book, The Things They Carried, that headline short story is the list of all the things they carried. And he uses all these lists of concrete, specific things to burden the characters down so much that they just are, the reader and the characters are collapsing under the weight. So give us a little bit of that here. Feel free to use hiring is right at rounds of layoffs. Everyone is being asked to do, give me a list here, like smaller teams, downsized teams have to. Are you heading to bed? Okay. I'll say it. Yeah, yeah. I'll say it quick. I said good night prayers with a foxy. It's very important. But now, teams cut in half. Yeah, so that would be like an example, right? And so like give me these like sets of really concrete. Back now, gotta head in a second. Okay, all good. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's good to see ya. The CS was truly critical to the company's health and success. Yeah. CS, man, tough field. And that's a brutal chart. Where's the source on this? Oh, I see. There it is. Okay. Innovator's Dilemma, Overcoming Barriers to Transformation. This is a little vague. I wonder, like, yeah, innovation blockers, overcoming barriers to business demand growth. Businesses demand growth, which require innovation. Easy wins are easy to convince folks to go. Easy wins are easy to convince folks to go after. Real requires organizations to change focus and spend massive amounts of energy doing it. I would I get what you're saying here, but this might just need a little bit of a language tweak. So whenever I see a sentence like this in my projects, I always just say just same sentence, just rephrase it, rewrite, just rephrase it, rephrase it. For CS, the current school of thought is to drive success through customer-led growth. I love the theory. I want it to work, but I think it's impractical for a few reasons. I want it to work, but I think sticking with I will need a better I will need a better definition of customer-led. I'll need a better definition of the, straw man argument you're setting up here. Oh yeah, he told me to stop reading it. So yeah, talk soon. Take care, Eliminates. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's see. The text should be here, yeah. Okay. The use cases section is where I should stop, but I think I'm a little ways away. Oops. Cancel. You need a better definition of strawman argument. Yeah, what is the CLG model and what are the flaws in its concept? Yeah, because we're talking about like, hey, there's something wrong with its inertia, like all these different things, but I don't really know what's the concept that you're taking apart quite yet too well. And, you know, I've worked with a lot of customer success. I still don't even know what CLG means. I can ask ChatGPT, I guess, but chat.openai.com. What does customer-led growth mean? Refers business managers with a focus on creating value for the customers and using their feedback behaviors. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's okay. And I want it to work, but I think it's impractical for inertia. Sticking with what works gets in the way of innovation. But I don't know if that is CLG, right? Like, cause like if ChatGPT is right, if I'm using customer data to, keep building, wouldn't this wouldn't this not be a blocker if the data says I need to build something new? Um, Convincing what? Oh gosh. Oh no. There. This is the one that needs the comment. Convincing one person changes hard enough. I still don't know how these relate to customer-led growth. This seems like general organizational entropy. But how does this specifically relate to the CLG model? Um, how does it specifically relate to the customer-led growth model? Um, it feels like issues like politics would apply to like all, you know, business models. At a constant risk of being placed in the back burner, systems unifying complex system is a daunting task. Even Salesforce struggles to do it well. Been fighting this battle for 14 years. 14 years in the Bastille. Sorry, I just read Tale of Two Cities, but I think it was like 18 years. But long-term strategies are often overlooked in the favor of immediate objectives. Without enough time to see success, leadership or objective changes add additional existential risks to CLG strategies. Yeah, maybe I just this feels like general company problems. Maybe I've just been in CLG companies, and by the time the company's been in to make the shift to CLG, so much has changed to be far too tempting to change it up again. Um, since there are only problems 1 through 5, just say, LLMs and ChatGPT are unprecedented advancement, similar to COVID's impact on the work from home. So, innovator's dilemma. I do wonder how does Chat GPT make these barriers smaller? Feels like this restates some of the power and impact potential, but doesn't get quite concrete enough for me to connect it overcoming the above barriers. Addressing the productivity puzzle. I kind of want to get to the meat, so I might start going a little faster. I've been like going pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go a little faster and kind of try to go through the concepts here, just rather than being such a grammary. Addressing the productivity phase of dealing more with less than new normal. We all use it. CSMs are particularly good at communication, problem solving relationships, but those need conversations. Human touch and customer success is invaluable. Customer led growth. Today's leaders sit on a mountain of valuable data they can't access in a reliable and effective way. That data is between CSS and customers is noisy and no one has time to watch it all. Most of the time, the learning you stay right in the head of the CSMs. So now just thousands of words instantly produce an analysis, for example, insert a list of return reasons into a structured list. That 10, what are the top 3 reasons for cancellation? Group them into 3 buckets. Um, I know I've seen applications. A common example is product feedback, historically painful to collect and collate in any way. Yeah, this is a great use case. So I think I mean, remember you said like this is a fantastic use case. You know, mushing all the, comments data somewhere and asking GPT for the most important. Who is successful and why? Yeah. You have a, okay, currently finishing each other's sentences. There's a theory in neuroscience that ChatGPT is a less sophisticated version of that. Well, you're convincing me that I need to like start using GPT-4. So what is ChatGPT? This is a really good quote. Yeah. Is GPT-4 the one that's up right now? Oh, that's a good phrasing. Computer froze here. Struggling to answer the question. When should I use ChatGPT? We're probably time to know. Interesting. Limitations of ChatGPT. Sorry, I'm just reading now. Currently limited to data from before 2022. Single prompts yield simple and boring answers. Yeah, okay. Saving you time and effort. Write down example stories, quotes, analogies, establish learning objectives, create an outline. 3x faster, but it's not an equal distribution. Take a look at the rows next to them. Those are the tasks with ChatGPT makes me 5. At the rows with the rows next to them. I don't know if it's just not showing up on here. Oh, I don't have access. Okay. That makes sense. No one is great at everything. The communications. Google Knowledge Learning Application, ChatGPT application. Rather than I enjoy active learning bottom, which makes me happier, and I turn for learning and attention. What is there an anecdote how you've also learned more? What's an example of how Chat GPT gave you the, bottom of the pyramid? How did that knowledge recall work later? Joint study between MIT and Stanford. Okay, customer supporting. You showed something different up here. Um, I like the framing you had of this a bit later. Why do we only show the first step here? It's so much faster. It's rough on first try. I'm gonna kind of go fast through the getting started bits because I know how to use ChatGPT. Okay, so this doesn't feel like it's about getting started. So this section feels like it's about sort of like, hey, ChatGPT provides uh this section's content feels more like why you know Chat GPT is like a safe learning environment. I was expecting, this header leads me to expect a like tutorial on how to like put in my email on openai.com or something. Yeah. I guess I can see that here. Like this is, I see how it ties in. I see how the heading ties in now, but I still stand behind the initial note that heading and content don't match too well. Guiding principles of ChatGPT conversations. Prompts is a term for the requests. Yes, indeed. Yes. Start with the end in mind. Provide context. Be specific and concise when you sit down. Start with the end in mind. The mentor mind tell me the best results when you manage the data will look like in the end. The same with ChatGPT. The better my interaction becomes, it may as a good quote as well. This is a great quote as well. Got some solid quotes in here. Though that Facebook one still blew my mind. Okay, give answers, adjust, tweak, simplify, provide context. Taking into consideration the context of your, for example, power. I would need. I think I need to know what you mean by context here. Like, what do you mean by context here? Maybe use a CX example, like if I'm asking Chat GPT about how to email a lapsed customer, I should give the context that they haven't, called support or used the product in 40 days. And also give GPT the context of what the product is. Yeah, that's fine. Be direct. I don't know how this is. How does this benefit the user? Um, is it because GPT learns faster with this? All right. Okay, crafting better prompts. We call it prompt engineering, but the reality is that art as well as science. 8 components to fantastic prompts. So this is great. Like I love this. Like this is the section I care about. Like this is a big deal section. Consider even, using excerpts from this in, marketing for a book, etc. Who to be, context, what does ChatGPT need to know to give the best possible answer? What are you expecting from ChatGPT? Constraints, push it off the normal path, force creativity and tell it what not to do. Use frameworks and templates to guide its thinking and responses. Formatting make outputs digestible by asking it to use. Pretty wild, man. Make outputs digestible, asking it to use tables. Hmm. Both the guiding principle and concept of prompts. Oh, where did my... Why is my computer like randomly freezing for 2 seconds? I don't know. Why does the world make me sad sometimes? I don't know. Why it matters. Your objective and can learn. Provide a step-by-step guide on each type of creative success plans. 8 components continued. Yeah, I don't know why it's broken up kind of this way. Like if you're looking at pagination already, but I mean, I don't know if you need this maybe. Um, ChatGPT is guessing a statistically likely answer. That's one of its criticisms it receives. That's the thing about language is that it can be subtly nudged to convey a different meaning. This tone in part helps others perceive our intent and makes much more interesting dialogue. Empathetic and supportive. It's really the first attempt. Yeah, there are 8 components you need to take. Yeah, this is a really good note. I think this is a really important note. This is a really good. Okay, so bringing it all together. I think this is the part where he mentioned I should not go too deep, but I'll just take a look. Get started with the way you leverage persona. Your master chef going for a healthy delicious meal. Please suggest three-course dinner menu. Oh, this is really helpful. Yeah, this is really good. Thank you for the post or follow. Chance of bot. I'm watching chat. No, okay. Just being silly. But yeah, these are great templates. Fantastic work. Just, sometimes it's good to just say, hey, you did a good job when you're editing someone's writing. Make sure to include bullet points for each course. Take direction point. You're a customer success manager. You need to increase customer satisfaction and retention. Example 2 written out. Your customer satisfaction needs to increase. Learn as we go. So I think this is where I'm supposed to. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to stop, but I'll keep going. The future holds increased individual productivity, better tools, niche LLMs. Callous other needs to be work. ChatGPT is no different. Okay, a short example on accelerating innovation so I can see a completely fictional company. 5 stars. uh, they reached a decent Series A and they started rate of scaling. Lots of 5 stars. In simple terms, what are the common struggles for a Series A SaaS startups trying to scale? Yeah. How does ChatGPT thinks and how they can overcome? Use ChatGPT to improve productivity for each. Describe a flywheel effect to set up improve all this. Create personalized content to engage with potential customers. Employ ChatGPT to enhance customer support. For instance, awesome. Love it. No, I think this is awesome. I mean, I think so. Yeah, what are my overall thoughts on the ebook so far? I think there's probably two high-level things I would think about. One is we do spend a lot of time talking about the benefits and like the good of ChatGPT and some of its potential upsides. So I'll go up to the top and just write in my notes. Come on, Notion, don't do this to me. So I think I can add a comment. So examples and, tools for how to get the most out of Chat GPT. GPT were fantastic and would encourage bringing more of these in. Improve. Oh, whoops. Adjustments. Um, find feels like the balance between convincing me to try Chat GPT, and finding and providing tools for when I use it is a little off. I'd love, personally, um, it might be worth, you know, consider, you know, confining the, why this is great, um, content to the beginning to really allow the, how to get the most out of GPT to thrive. Um, sure, like, um, check headings to ensure that they match the content they frame. Few sections felt like the heading implied something different than what I got. All right, that is ChatGPT for CS ebook and outline. But anyways, great job to Mickey, the writer, and I'm excited to see more about more about ChatGPT in the future. It's one of those things where I'm like, I need to learn more about this. I need to learn more about this, and I'm it's outpacing my ability to learn about it. So ebooks like this are helpful. I think there's a demand and a need for them. And I'm probably one of the people that needs to be reading more of these to actually like get my life together and learn more about ChatGPT and how it can help me because I've used it for things that have been very helpful and I'm sure I'm only scratching the surface and I really want to get access to ChatGPT's API and if I was actually better at computer science I could use it, but we'll see. Anyways, I'll let you all enjoy your evening. Take care. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight and see you soon. Bye bye.